If you're wondering which gaming monitors are worth your money, stick around. After we run through each product, I'll give you my personal take. Would I buy it or would I skip it? No fluff, just my honest opinion. Let's get into it. AOC QT7 G3XMN. This budget beast packs 336 local dimming zones and a peak brightness of 1000 nits that makes HDR content look absolutely stunning for the price. The vertical alignment panel is surprisingly fast at 180 Hz, though you will definitely notice some of that classic dark level smearing and blooming that makes you feel like you are gaming through a light fog. Would I buy it? Yes, because it is the cheapest way to get a genuine mini light emitting diode experience without selling a kidney. Gigabyte M27 Up. This monitor is basically a shapeshifter that lets you toggle between 4K resolution at 160 Hz for looking at pretty grass and 1080p at 320 Hz when you actually need to hit your shots. It is the Swiss Army knife of screens, though it lacks the infinite contrast of the organic light emitting diode boys and feels a bit basic in the design department. Would I buy it? Maybe, but only if you are indecisive as hell and want both high resolution and extreme speed in one package. Alienware A22524HF. If you have the reaction time of a cat on caffeine, this 500 Hz monster provides motion clarity so smooth it makes regular monitors look like a slideshow. The 1080p resolution is basically from the Stone Age and the high dynamic range is honestly a joke, but you are buying this for speed, not to admire the scenery. Would I buy it? No, because unless you are a professional esports player, 500 Hz is total overkill and your eyes probably can't even tell the difference. Asus ROG Strix XG27AQ-DMG. This glossy white organic light emitting diode panel is a total mirror that makes colors pop like crazy and gives you those perfect inky blacks that make your soul feel empty. It runs at a buttery 240 Hz with basically zero response time, but the text clarity is kind of trash and you will be constantly terrified of permanent image burn-in. Would I buy it? Yes, because the glossy finish makes everything look so much more vibrant than those boring matte displays. LG 27GS93QE. This thing is a speed demon with a 0.03 millisecond response time that makes every other non-organic light-emitting diode monitor on this list look like it is stuck in molasses. It shares the same 240 Hz refresh rate as the Asus, but it struggles with peak brightness and will nag you with pixel cleaning messages while you are trying to clutch a match. Would I buy it? Yes, especially if you find it on sale, because it provides that elite tier gaming performance without the crazy Republic of Gamers tax. Asus ROG Strix XG27ACDNG. This 27-inch beast rocks a 360 Hz QD OLED panel that makes motion so smooth you'll swear your graphics card is on steroids, though it gets a bit moody in bright rooms where blacks can look as purple as a bruised grape. While it's got a fancy tripod mount and KVM switch for your multitasking addiction, that variable refresh rate flicker in dark scenes might make you think your monitor is trying to communicate in Morse code. Would I buy it? Yes, because 360 Hz on an OLED is basically legal cheating in shooters and the color accuracy is actually cracked. MSI MPG 321URX. This 32-inch 4K unit delivers 240 Hz of pure visual dopamine with a 0.03 millisecond response time that's faster than my last relationship ending. Plus, it includes a 90-watt USB-C port to keep your laptop from dying while you carry your team. It's cheaper than the Asus alternative, but lacks Dolby Vision support, and the variable refresh rate flicker is still lurking in the shadows like a creepy ex. Would I buy it? Yes, it's the best value 4K OLED on the market right now, and the built-in KVM is a total lifesaver for my desk clutter. LG 27GX700A. LG finally dropped a tandem OLED with 280 Hz that's bright enough to burn your retinas in a dark room, but they slapped a grainy matte coating on it that makes the screen look like it's been smeared with cheap butter. The input lag is low enough to satisfy any sweat. Yet the HDR calibration is so out of whack you'll spend more time fighting the settings menu than actually playing the game. Would I buy it? No, because that oily screen texture is a total vibe killer and I'd rather wait for a version that doesn't look like it has a skin condition. Dell Alienware AW3225QF. This curved 4K monitor is a 240 Hz masterpiece that brings Dolby Vision to the party. Though the curve is so subtle you might forget it's even there until you try to line up a second display. It's got a 3-year burn-in warranty for peace of mind, but the screen is a total magnet for scratches and the blacks can look a bit gray if you don't live in a literal cave. Would I buy it? Maybe, if you're a fan of curved displays and want that sweet Dell warranty, but the lack of a 90-watt USB-C port feels a bit stingy for the price. Asus ROG Swift PG32 UCDM. This is the high-maintenance king of 4K 240Hz monitors, featuring a 90-watt USB-C port and a custom heatsink that keeps it cool while you're sweating in ranked, though it'll definitely make your wallet cry. It supports Dolby Vision and looks incredibly premium, but it suffers from the same variable refresh rate flickering issues as its cousins and costs significantly more than the MSI version. Would I buy it? Yes, because if you've got the cash, this is the most feature-packed 32-inch OLED with the best build quality you can find. Asus TUF VG27AQ3A. This thing hits a sweet 180 Hz for a price that won't make your wallet cry, but the stand is basically a useless plastic stick since it has zero height adjustment. You get a fast in-plane switching panel with decent colors, yet the screen uniformity is so wonky it looks like a middle school art project in the corners. Would I buy it? Maybe. Only if you already own a monitor arm or love staring at a screen that sits as low as your self-esteem during a losing streak. Alienware AEO2725DM. It is essentially a fancy 2560 by 1440 pixel screen that tops out at 180 Hz, which feels like a downgrade compared to its faster 360 Hz brother, the Delta Fox model. The fast in-plane switching panel looks clean, but since it is not the quantum dot organic light-emitting diode version, you are missing out on those deep blacks that actually make horror games scary. Would I buy it? No, because why would you settle for this mid-tier option when the organic light-emitting diode version exists to make your eyeballs actually happy? KTC M27T6. This mini light-emitting diode beast packs 576 local dimming zones to give you actual high dynamic range for cheap. But the firmware is so buggy it feels like it was coded by a caffeinated squirrel. You get great contrast and 1600 nits of peak brightness, though you might deal with some nasty flicker or weird brightness drops if you try to use all the features at once. Would I buy it? Yes, if you want that juicy high dynamic range pop without selling a kidney, just be prepared to wrestle with the settings like a drunk bear. LG 27G PT85GB. This monitor is the king of motion clarity with a nano in-plane switching panel that hits 180 Hz, but the contrast ratio is so bad that blacks look like a depressing shade of misty gray. It is super responsive for competitive shooters, yet the high dynamic range is basically a marketing lie since it does not have the zones to make anything actually pop. Would I buy it? Yes, for the buttery smooth frames and color accuracy, as long as you promise to never play games in a dark room where that gray glow will haunt your dreams. Alienware AEW2723DF. This speed demon reaches 280 Hz when overclocked and has a built-in headset hanger, which is honestly more useful than my last teammate, but the local dimming is so trash it might as well not exist. It has great build quality and vibrant colors, though it carries that classic Alienware tax that makes your bank account scream in agony. Would I buy it? Maybe, if you are a professional sweat who needs every single frame and you really need a dedicated place to hang your headphones while you cry about the price. Asus ROG Strix XG27UCG. This monitor is basically a shapeshifter that lets you swap between 4 kilowatt level 4K crispness at 160 Hz for your pretty adventure games, or drop to 1080p at 320 Hz when you want to sweat in Valorant. It might look like it was built from recycled plastic toy parts and the color accuracy is a total coin flip, but that dual mode trick makes it the ultimate, I can't decide if I'm a pro or a casual choice. Would I buy it? Maybe, because having two monitors in one is great for my indecisive brain, even if the 1080p mode looks a bit blurry compared to native displays. AOC Agon Pro AG2762D2. This QD OLED beast is so fast it makes my morning coffee look slow with its 0.03 millisecond response time and 240 Hz refresh rate. While it struggles to get brighter than a dying flashlight in a sunny room and the input lag at 60 Hz is basically a please wait screen, the colors are so vibrant they might actually heal your depression. Would I buy it? Yes, it is easily the best value for a 240Hz OLED that will make your games look like liquid gold without destroying your bank account. Gigabyte Aorus FO32 U2 Pro. This massive 32-inch 4K panel is the world's first to rock DisplayPort 2.1 with 80 gigabits per second bandwidth, meaning you can push frames so fast your graphics card will start sweating. The stand is chunky enough to have its own zip code, and the USB-C power delivery is a pathetic 18 watts. But the 240Hz QD OLED motion clarity is genuinely god tier. Would I buy it? Yes, because if you're buying a flagship 4K OLED, you might as well get the one that's actually ready for the next 5 years of GPU upgrades. Asus ROG Swift OLED PG27UCDM. This is the elite 4K 240Hz monster for people who think having a tripod socket on top of their monitor for a webcam is a personality trait. It includes an actual proximity sensor to dim the screen when you leave to pee. which is great because it costs more than my first car, and I'd like to avoid burn-in for at least a week. Would I buy it? No, because while the 90-watt USB-C charging is sick, I can't justify paying the ROG tax when the panel performance is basically the same as its cheaper rivals. Alienware AW3423 DWF. This ultra-wide legend has an 1800R curve that hugs your eyeballs while delivering infinite contrast and blacks deeper than my high school poetry. It only hits 165 Hz and will give you ugly black bars if you try to plug in a console, but for PC gaming, that QD OLED pop is still the gold standard for immersion. Would I buy it? Yes. If you want that cinematic ultra-wide life, this is still the most reliable way to make your desk look like a spaceship bridge without technical headaches. Thanks for watching. I hope this video helped you pick the gaming monitors for you. If you have any questions, drop a comment below. Links to all of these products mentioned in this video will be in the description.